Hello, I'm Juliet Migwe. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to decorate this small board using resin and fabric. Not many people do it. I'll tell you why, and I'll show you how it turns out till the end. What we will need is board, fabric. I've cut out this way because that's the design I would like. We'll need Mod Podge, although you don't have to use this, and I'll tell you why. And a sponge to apply, although you don't have to use this, and I'll tell you why. And resin. I'm not mixing the resin right now, and that's why I don't have it here to show you, because I need this to dry first before I can mix my resin. One thing to note, I've already taped this bit and the bag so that later when we are doing or dealing with the resin, there's no drip to the back of the board, or if there is minimal. All right, so with this fabric, most of the time you can attach fabric on wood using adhesive, but in my case I'm using Mod Podge because I want it to seal this fabric so that when we're putting resin on the board, the fabric doesn't release bubbles, many bubbles, because if we stick the fabric on its own, it will have bubbles. The other thing is you can seal this by using a sealant, but because I'm going to stick this down anyway, why do double work? So I'm just going to stick it down using Mod Podge and seal it using Mod Podge. You have the option, yes, of spraying a sealant on the fabric so that it's tough and it's in a sense you are sealing the bubbles in. But then what you'll need to do is either use an adhesive on the board or put a layer of resin, and then when it's tacky, it's dried a bit, you just come in and put in your fabric. That's the other method we can use, but that's not what we're doing. We are using Mod Podge. You can use a sponge like this, you can use your fingers, you can pick a brush and put it on anything, but this is what I'm choosing because I find it easier. And please remember to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. And check out the description below in case you'd like to buy any of my items, resin art items. You can also follow me at Juliet Migwe Inspires on Instagram to find my pieces and the most up-to-date creations. So what we're doing is, you can do this directly on the board, but because we are sealing the fabric, I'd rather do this on the fabric and then stick the fabric down. And so when I do many pieces, I normally dilute my Mod Podge because I want to use it to go longer, you know, when you're trying to save, or if where you are it's harder to find Mod Podge or it's quite expensive. So I prefer to just dilute it with a little water, and it does the same job. See how I'm doing this? I'm just sealing it on this side, and then when we put it down, I'm going to put the Mod Podge on the other side. You don't have to wear gloves, but I find it much easier on myself to wear the gloves so that I have less cleanup. All right, so with the design I had chosen, I'm going to stick this down like this. And remember, try to stick it down so that there are no bubbles, because you don't want it to lump up, you know, because then it will mean you'll have to use more resin to make sure this stays down. And right now it might, like a certain spot might come up. It's okay, because once it starts drying, you can come back and push it down. After that, I'm just going to put a layer of resin on the fabric. Remember, we're sealing this. Then we'll give it some time to dry. Or the other thing is, when you put this Mod Podge, it makes it more pliable, you know, more easier to manage, to stick it to the fabric, to the board. So I'll do that just so that I don't have to do more cleanup later. I'm just going to clean off the bit that has Mod Podge on the outside. But the good thing with Mod Podge is that it dries clear. Sometimes it can be a little cloudy if it's too much, but if it's just the normal amount, it dries clear, so you don't have to do too much. That's why I'm just cleaning a bit, so that if it was threatening to be cloudy, then I take care of that. All right. And in this, I'm trying to put a little of my heritage, you know, my African heritage in resin. We don't see too much of that. You know, we have lots of boards, you know, lots of ocean boards and a few other things, but not too much of my heritage. And so I would like to share that with you, and that's why I'm using this ethnic fabric. And okay, so I'll just keep checking on it to make sure it doesn't lump up, and then when it's dry, I'll come back to show you the quick way. We're just going to put resin. Okay, this is stuck and it's laid down nicely, flat nicely. So what now I'm going to do is wear my mask and now just put resin on this, and that's it until we come back when it's done. Use the blowtorch to remove the bubbles, heat gun to move it around, and that's it. I prefer to remove the tape about 6 hours in before it fully cures, so that it doesn't become too hard for me to remove here. So that's it. As long as it's not dripping, I prefer to remove the tape now. So I'll do it from this side. Do the same for the back, and then leave it to dry, to cure, and I'll come back here is our lovely piece. You can see the contrast, you know, the bit that has resin on the other side. It looks really, really good. So the only thing I'll do now is all this side and the back, and we are done. And then I'll show you how it finally looks. Woohoo! Look at that. Look at that. And you can use this as a decor piece, and you can use it for serving, especially like little cheese, little fruit platter, nuts, you know, because this is a small piece. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification so that you don't miss out on my video uploads. Remember, please follow me at Juliet Megwe Inspires on Instagram, because that's where I have the most up-to-date creations. We'll see you next time. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. God bless you. Barakatele. See you next time.